What's up, guys? This video is going to be how I am going to scale my content agency to $50,000 per month while I'm in college. Currently, I'm at $10,000 a month, and this is basically my roadmap to go from 10K a month to 50K a month. I don't really have a crazy timeline on this goal. I want to hit 25K a month by the end of this year in revenue, MRR. And then I am going into my sophomore year of college. So by the end of college, I want to be operating consistently at 50K a month MRR, if not 100. That's kind of my goal. Big goals were 10K a month, and then 25K a month, 50K a month, 100K a month. So obviously there's a big jump between 50 and 100 and operating at scale. But this is just my roadmap to 50K a month. This video is going to cover what my offer is, who my ICP is, who I'm servicing, and then how I'm going to do outreach to actually acquire clients, how I'm going to fulfill on my offer, and how I'm going to scale and operate at scale. It's kind of an overview of everything, so I'm not going to go super deep into any one part of this. I'll probably make a lot more videos kind of going into each step and everything that I'm doing as I go from 10K a month to 50K a month. So part one is what my offer is. So my actual offer is that I'm helping local businesses create content systems that bring in more leads, more sales, more customers, things like that, as opposed to vanity metrics. We're not really focusing on views, followers, likes, engagement, things like that. It's very ROI driven. We're aiming to convert viewers into followers. I am most likely, so right now, pretty much everything I do is organic content. I am very likely going to be branching off into doing ads as well. So building the organic foundation first and then going into ads. Here's kind of our client process, if you will. So it starts off with onboarding, where we develop a creative brief, identify core KPIs and content strategy and planning. We'll plan out a strategy to actually hit the KPIs with the client. Then we'll go in and do the scripting and ideation. We'll use the creative brief, and we will use AI to help us out. We'll use Claude. I'm going to go over to Claude, actually. This is one of our clients. This is an example of a script writing bot that we'll create. So you can see we have instructions here, very detailed instructions, and you have a short form scripting guide, and then the client's creative brief. I can't show you everything in there because some of it is kind of sensitive data, but we have the creative brief. It's very detailed. It is going to give all of the information necessary on the company, and then we can use AI along with just manually scripting to go in and create scripts for the client. Next thing is filming and editing, so the actual production of the content, the front end production. Ideally, contractors are doing 100% of this. This is really like the fulfillment section, this kind of block. So ideally, I'm out of this. Right now, I'm filming for most of our clients still, which is something that I need to really get away from. Editing is outsourced right now, which is good. Here is really our USPs where we're standing out. So we'll create a landing page with a video sales letter to really maximize conversions for our client. Because if we're tracking KPIs like actual sales, we want to have control over every step of that process. And we're not implementing like full sales teams. So I guess we still have a lot where we're not in control, but we'll create a landing page custom for them with a VSL, a video sales letter on it. It'll be unique to their Instagram bio. So then we can set up a type form where it's like an opt-in, either to a lead magnet or like a consultation, a free estimate, something like that. And then we'll use make.com to connect it to a spreadsheet where we are showing the leads that are actually coming in for a client. So that's kind of an overview of what our offer is and what we actually do for our clients. That is a very scalable offer. A lot of people have scaled it in the past. So I'm very confident that that will help me get to $50,000 a month. This offer is very similar to what I got to $10,000 a month with. However, going from 0 to 10K a month, a lot of it was based on service delivery and not a lot of it was based on these two, which is where I'm really trying to branch into, since that's performance delivery as well. So part two is outreach. The method I'm using for outreach is cold video pitches, offering to break down content systems for the prospect on a call. This is the YouTube video thumbnail. I send all of them a custom unlisted YouTube video for them, pitching them. I'll use like case studies. It's a 2-minute video. I'm not going to pull up my script right now, but it's It's basically like, hey, client, I made this quick video for you, just breaking down a content system that I think could really help you get more leads from your Instagram, and then goes through whatever. I use the omni-channel approach. So I'm sending these out on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Gmail or email, and iMessage as well. Basically trying to contact them however I can. Like, they don't know me. This is cold outreach. So I need to send it to them on whatever platform I can find them on, and then just send them this video with a little voice note, or obviously email, or even LinkedIn. I don't do a voice note, but it's like, hey, I made this quick 2-minute video for you. It's the system I use for whatever. On average, I'm closing, like a net close rate is 2 out of 100 videos that I send. So 2%. I need 15 clients at 3 to 6K a month. So if you do the numbers out, I need to send 750 messages, which is 5 videos per day for 150 days. I don't do 5 every single day. I do 10 every other day. So I'll film and edit 10 on day 1, and then day 2 is where I'll send them all out. And a big thing is that this doesn't even include referrals that I'm getting. And this, if I close 750, would mean I'm closing 15 clients at that 2% close rate. So if I'm sending 750 messages and I close 15 clients, that doesn't even include referrals. So I should be well on my way to hitting my goal if I just do 5 messages per day for 150 days. So that's the outreach strategy I'm doing. I have tried cold approaching, tried cold calling. This is definitely my favorite, definitely the one that I was most consistent with and saw the most results with. This section is going to probably be a little shorter. The biggest thing with fulfillment, I already went over a lot of my fulfillment stuff in the offer section, but the biggest thing with fulfillment is that I'm looking to hire contractors to do 90% of the fulfillment, if not 100%. By the time I'm at 50K a month, I should not be working in the business. Everything I do should be working on the business. Most of my editing is outsourced already. I need to get to the point where 100% of my editing is outsourced, even my personal content. 75 to 100% of videography should be outsourced. I don't mind filming a couple of times a month, but that should really be it. I should be mainly focusing, especially since I'm in school and I don't have a ton of time, I should really be focusing on the sales and acquisition side of things. And then as I get closer to that 50K a month mark, or even sooner than that, I also want to outsource the strategy, the scripting, and the ideation, because that's another big time suck for me. Right now I am doing that because that is a huge determining factor of client results. But that should really be another thing that gets outsourced to either a creative director, a copywriter, a strategist. That's not something that I want to continue to do. A huge next step for me that I need to knock out within the next month or so is outsourcing all of my videography. It's going to be a huge hit for profit margins. I want to keep my margins above 60%. So I'll just walk you through quick what a retainer would look like. So a 3K retainer would get you 15 organic pieces of content for Instagram, as well as the landing page, the VSL, and the attribution tracking system. So for 3K a month, I would pay a videographer a full day rate for $750 for the day, and then I'd pay an editor $450 for the 15 reels. So that puts them at $1,200, and then I'd keep $1,800, which is 60%. Obviously, if I'm outsourcing the strategy and the script writing, it would drop below 60%, which is why a lot of that is still done by me. But I really need to make sure that I'm outsourcing more of the videography, because that's a huge time suck if I'm having to go to 3 shoots a week, as opposed to focusing all my time on the sales and acquisition side of things. Last section that we're going to go through is scaling. This is a super important one. So this is how I'm going to actually scale my offer and operate at scale. My systems right now are really good. I have a full Airtable system that's built out that automates to Slack, and then I use Frame.io for all the footage management. Everything is very streamlined. Obviously, there's a lot more work to do because my systems seem streamlined now, and they seem really good now, seem really robust. But again, I'm only at 10K a month, so there's a lot of problems that come up once you operate past that. What I need to get once I'm at, I would say 25K a month in MRR, is where I need to get a creative director and a quality checker, because I do spend a lot of time doing the quality checking on the client videos, as well as the scripting and strategy. Ideally, I would hire a scriptwriter and strategist and just bring them on in-house, and then they would advance to the role of creative director and quality checker after that, once they have like a full grasp of the business and just prove to be a good employee. This will allow me to fully focus on acquisition and scaling the business, working on the business and actually scaling it, whether that's making a new offering or starting to run ads or developing landing pages, scripting VSLs, things like that, working on attribution and tracking. And that's why none of my time can be focused on fulfillment. Right now, when I go back to school, so it's July 12th right now, I go back to school September like 8th, the first week, second week of September. I'm going to class Tuesday, Thursday all day, and then Monday and Wednesday for around an hour per day in the afternoon. So a lot of my time needs to be focused on sales and acquisition. If I'm focusing on fulfillment, that will take up my entire day on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I will not have the time to focus on growing the business, and it's just going to remain stagnant. So that's what I really need to move away from. I need to focus on acquiring new clients, which is just up here. That's what I mean by acquisition. It's literally outreach and making videos like this, educational videos, content on Instagram, short form content, long form content to get inbound leads, making sales assets, making free videos, free courses, things like that to actually bring in more clients for my agency, because otherwise we're going to be stuck at 6 clients and never scale from there. So that is what I'm doing to scale my agency from 10K a month to 50K a month while I am in college. Subscribe and follow along, because I'm going to be posting updates and more tutorials, educational videos like this one on this YouTube channel.